Have you ever wondered why something that used to provide relaxation and satisfaction now seems hurried, distant, or even annoying? As men grow older, significant changes occur. Their physical and emotional selves transform in subtle yet meaningful ways. What functioned wonderfully in your 30s or 40s might not be effective anymore at 60 or 70. However, very few discussions happen about the private practices we maintain as we age, particularly regarding personal intimacy and self-care. It's a subject most people avoid, yet it continues to be a normal and deeply individual aspect of human life. Here's what you need to know. Personal intimate care in your later years isn't just acceptable. It can be crucial for your physical wellness, mental sharpness, emotional stability, and intimate confidence, but only when practiced thoughtfully. Issue? Too many senior men unknowingly maintain old patterns and accept false beliefs about this very personal activity. These 7 quiet errors, as recognized by top physicians and male health specialists, might be stealing your fulfillment, causing reduced sensitivity, or even creating long-term problems. Let's examine them closely and, more importantly, help you transform this private time with knowledge, self-dignity, and fresh energy. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed already, I suggest you click that button and activate notifications so you won't miss another health insight created specifically for you. If this video helps you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0 to show me how I can create better content for you. Mistake 1. Accepting the energy conservation false belief. Many senior men get caught in the misconception that holding back ejaculation will somehow increase their energy, improve their concentration, or even raise hormone levels. It's a notion based on old-fashioned thinking and online misinformation. While there's some research suggesting that brief periods of abstinence might cause temporary hormone changes, the reality is much more complicated and much more human. Your physical system was built for natural release. When you prevent that function for long periods, it can cause discomfort, pelvic pressure, emotional changes, and even increased risk of prostate complications. For men past 60, those effects aren't just bothersome, they can be damaging to your overall health. Medical professionals stress that healthy, moderate release is advantageous. It helps balance hormones, supports prostate wellness, decreases stress, and can even enhance sleep quality. Suppressing it for weeks or months, hoping to gain some legendary benefit, often creates the reverse effect: aggravation, moodiness, and a separation from your body's genuine requirements. Personal intimate care isn't about demonstrating willpower. It's about recognizing your body's natural cycle, honoring its messages, and discovering a healthy equilibrium. Consider it not as excess, but as body maintenance, similar to stretching or taking deep breaths. When done mindfully, it can center you, invigorate you, and help you feel more connected to yourself. But if you're still holding on to the idea that restraint equals power, it might be time to wonder what other old-fashioned practices could be quietly restricting your satisfaction and function. You might be shocked by the next error, because it's one most men do without even knowing it. Mistake 2. Repeating the same grip and method every session. Familiarity can feel reassuring, especially regarding personal habits formed over many years. But when it comes to intimate self-care, using the identical grip, force, and movement each time can quietly work against your best interests. Many senior men stay with what feels known without understanding that this sameness can cause decreased sensitivity and even interfere with their capacity to enjoy closeness with a partner. The human body adjusts. If it gets the same type of stimulation repeatedly, it becomes trained to respond only to that particular pattern. Eventually, this can make it more difficult to experience pleasure, to reach climax, or to stay mentally focused. You might discover yourself feeling annoyed, detached, or even doubting your masculinity when actually all your body requires is change to reawaken things. The answer is easier than most believe. Change hands, modify the pressure, adjust the speed, Try different movements, or even add safe and suitable aids. You're not giving up what works. You're broadening your experience. It's about keeping your nervous system active and your mind engaged. Just like your muscles become stronger when you challenge them with different exercises, your pleasure becomes richer when you allow yourself to discover new feelings. This isn't about change for change's sake. It's about staying connected with your evolving body and giving yourself permission to grow with it. You deserve satisfaction that develops with you, not diminishes with time. But there's another error much more widespread than most men know. One that could explain why so many experiences feel rushed and disappointing. You might not even realize you're making it. Let's discuss it next. Mistake 3. Hurrying through the process. In younger days, many men learn to practice intimate self-care quickly due to necessity, privacy concerns, or habit. But as years pass, what once was a fast act can become a deeply rooted pattern. And that's where the trouble starts. Racing through the experience transforms it into something automatic, something separated from genuine pleasure. It becomes more about finishing than about enjoyment. And for men over 60, this hurried method can steal the deeper, more satisfying sensations your body is still completely capable of experiencing. When you rush, your body doesn't get time to develop arousal. Slowly, your mind doesn't remain in the present. Instead, you speed toward the end goal, hardly noticing the process. Over time, this can reduce your sensitivity, leaving you feeling unsatisfied or emotionally empty afterward. What used to be a source of connection can begin to feel hollow. Taking your time, however, changes everything. It gives your body room to come alive. It invites your nervous system to fully participate, and it allows your mind to reconnect with each feeling. Slow breathing, deliberate touch, and reducing the pace can transform an ordinary moment into something nurturing and meaningful. Pleasure isn't only about the climax, it's about being present, finding rhythm, and staying curious. By treating this time as something important instead of routine, you begin to feel more alive, more complete, and more in harmony with yourself. It's not about taking more time just because. It's about rediscovering what you may have been rushing past for years. But even slowing down won't reveal your complete potential if you are only concentrating on one area of your body. The next error might surprise you. It's something most men completely overlook. Mistake 4. Neglecting the rest of your physical self. Through the years, many men have learned to concentrate only on their genitals during self-pleasure, as if that's the only source of feeling that counts. But the reality is, your body contains nerve endings and pleasure areas that, when discovered, can completely change your experience. By restricting stimulation to just one zone, you miss the complete range of physical and emotional sensations that your body is still very capable of providing even after 60. Your upper legs, chest, lower stomach, neck, and especially the perineum are regions that can increase arousal and enhance connection. These areas don't just provide physical sensitivity, they also help you feel more present, more connected with your body, and more emotionally aware during the experience. Light touch, massage, temperature variations. These aren't luxuries, they're pathways to greater pleasure. Involving your entire body helps break free from stale patterns and creates a much richer, fuller experience. It's not about being unusual or experimental. It's about respecting the complexity of your body and allowing yourself to experience it completely. You're not just one part. You're a system of sensations, emotions, and awareness. When you stimulate the whole, your sense of fulfillment naturally increases. But even when you explore more of your physical self, the way you approach touch itself can make all the difference. And there's one common oversight that's quietly reducing comfort and sensitivity. For countless men, it's something so basic, yet so frequently ignored. Let's reveal it next. Mistake 5. Skipping lubrication. As men age, natural body changes, like decreased skin moisture and sensitivity, can make physical touch feel different than it once did. Yet, many men continue intimate self-care without using any lubrication, often from habit or thinking it's not needed. The reality is, avoiding lubrication can greatly limit your comfort and pleasure. It can cause friction, irritation, and even tiny skin damage that decreases sensitivity over time. Using quality lubricant can completely change your experience. It allows for smoother, gentler movement, reduces the chance of discomfort, and more closely resembles the feeling of partnered intimacy. It can help awaken nerve endings that may have become quiet and can increase the length and quality of your pleasure. And for men who might have joint stiffness or limited hand movement, lubrication can reduce effort and make the experience easier and more enjoyable overall. There's no embarrassment in using aids that support your body's changing requirements. Just as we use reading glasses to see better or supportive footwear to move with comfort, lubricant is simply another form of self-care. It's not a weakness, it's intelligence. Accepting it can make you feel more connected, more alive, and more in charge of your intimate well-being. But even with the right aids available, many men are still held back by something far more powerful than physical limitations. It's not in the body, it's in the mind. And unless it's addressed, it can quietly undermine even the most thoughtful efforts toward pleasure. What is it? You're about to discover. Mistake 6. Experiencing shame or guilt about the activity. For many men over 60, the emotions they carry about intimate self-care were formed long ago, often in settings where sexuality was forbidden and self-pleasure was seen as something to hide or feel ashamed about. Even now, decades later, those quiet messages can still remain beneath the surface. You might intellectually know that intimate self-care is normal and healthy, yet still feel a hint of guilt afterward, or a need to keep it hidden and rushed. This emotional conflict can affect not only your experience, but also your overall relationship with your body and sexuality. The reality is, there's absolutely nothing shameful about taking time for yourself. In fact, when approached with purpose and care, intimate self-care can be a powerful form of emotional stability, stress reduction, and even spiritual connection. It's a moment of self-respect, not excess. Research shows that regular self-pleasure in older adults is connected to better sleep, improved mood, reduced anxiety, and greater self-confidence. Yet, none of these benefits are fully achieved if guilt overshadows the experience. Releasing shame begins by questioning where those old beliefs originated. Were they truly your own or taught by someone else? When you begin to see intimate self-care not as a secret habit, but as a natural and healthy form of self-care, everything changes. You deserve to feel peace, comfort, and pride in knowing that you're caring for yourself in a meaningful way. Still, emotional freedom is only part of the solution. There's one final error that often goes unnoticed. Yet, it can dramatically limit your pleasure as your body continues to age. Most men don't even know it's an option until they try it. And when they do, everything changes. Mistake 7. Dismissing aids and enhancements created for men over 60. As the body changes with age, many men experience shifts in sensitivity, flexibility, and energy. Yet, despite these natural developments, they often continue using the same approach to self-pleasure they've used for decades, without considering that there are now aids specifically designed to support and enhance their experience. Whether due to pride, discomfort, or simply not knowing what's available. Ignoring these resources can mean missing out on deeper comfort, easier movement, and even stronger sensations. There are numerous modern aids created with older men in mind. Soft silicone sleeves that replicate natural touch, ergonomic designs that support stiff joints, and gentle massagers that stimulate areas you may have never explored before. These products aren't about replacing your touch or your masculinity. They're about enhancing your connection with your body and adapting wisely to how it changes over time. Just like you'd use reading glasses without hesitation or invest in better shoes for joint support. Using a well-designed enhancement for self-pleasure is simply smart self-care. The truth is, you don't lose your sexuality with age. You evolve it. Embracing aids made for your stage of life allows you to explore pleasure in ways that are more fulfilling, less effortful, and better aligned with your current needs. You may even discover new sensations that reignite a sense of curiosity and vitality you thought was long gone. But aids and techniques are only part of the story. What truly transforms your experience is the mindset you bring into it. And when you start putting all the pieces together, something remarkable begins to happen. Let's bring everything full circle. Fresh perspective and a complete approach to intimate self-care. The most powerful change you can make at this stage in life isn't just physical, it's mental. As you move through your 60s and beyond, embracing a new perspective about intimate self-care can lead to a deeper, more rewarding connection with your body. It's no longer about habit, secrecy, or performance. It's about self-respect, curiosity, and honoring the person you are today, not who you were decades ago. When you release old myths, shame, and outdated techniques, you open the door to an experience that can be nourishing, restorative, and even healing. By introducing variety in your technique, slowing down to truly feel each moment, exploring your full body, and using aids designed to support your changing needs, you begin to experience pleasure in a way that's both more meaningful and more satisfying. You're not simply chasing release, you're creating connection. And when you pair these physical adjustments with an emotional shift, reframing intimate self-care as a form of care rather than indulgence, you unlock a part of yourself that may have gone quiet over the years. You regain confidence, vitality, and a sense of ownership over your intimate well-being. This isn't just about sexuality. It's about health, peace of mind, and lifelong intimacy with yourself. A complete approach means recognizing that your needs are valid, your desires are healthy, and your time alone can be just as important as any other part of your well-being. You're not too old for growth, discovery, or satisfaction. In fact, you may be just now entering the most connected and intentional chapter of your life, and it starts with how you treat yourself when no one else is watching. Reaching your 60s and beyond doesn't mean abandoning intimacy. It means approaching it with deeper wisdom and greater intention. Throughout this journey, we've explored the 7 most common errors older men make when it comes to intimate self-care, believing in outdated myths like energy conservation, relying on the same grip and technique, rushing through the experience, ignoring the rest of the body, avoiding lubrication, carrying guilt or shame, and overlooking the aids that can support your changing needs. But what matters more than the list of errors is what you choose to do with that knowledge. You now have the opportunity to reshape this deeply personal part of your life into something more fulfilling and respectful of who you are today. This is not about chasing what once was. It's about creating a new kind of connection. One that meets your body and mind exactly where they are without judgment or regret. As someone who has spent a lifetime learning, growing, and adapting, you deserve to know that intimate well-being is still yours to enjoy. You are not alone, and you are certainly not past your prime. In fact, many men find that with just a few small changes in mindset and technique, their sense of pleasure and confidence not only returns, it flourishes. This isn't just about physical release. It's about honoring your body, embracing your experience, and giving yourself permission to feel good without apology. Now that you've taken the time to learn, the next step is simply this: begin. You owe it to yourself. And the rewards waiting on the other side may be far greater than you ever expected. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.